Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about this restaurant owner who has gone viral for checking his patrons at his restaurant. Okay, there has been a large discussion about this. There has been people being split down the middle on how they feel. There are some people who feel as though if you don't want your patrons turning up and getting lit, then don't play lit music that would allow them or make them want to turn up. And then there's the other side of the conversation where there is a lot of people who feel as though if you go somewhere, there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place to turn up. There's a time and a place to twerk. And there's a time and a place for all of that. So being that this is the most sent thing in my DM today, like, my DM has been flooded with video after video after video of people sending me this video of this restaurant owner checking his patron. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to have the discussion about this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to get you guys' input because, like I said, it seems like there is a lot of people who is basically divided down the middle. They feel as though, don't have twerking music, play jazz and classical. And then there's other people who feel like, no, you can play what you want to play, know how to act when you are certain places, and don't act like you done lost your dang old mind just because, there's twerking music going on. Now, I'm going to pull up the videos to show you guys what's going on for those of you guys who are not aware. And then I'm going to open up the discussion for some of you guys to chime in and let me know what you guys think about it. Whoa, hold up. Okay, Melanated Slade and sent in $100 donation. Let's get it popping. I don't see anything wrong, but I'm from Texas, so we're gonna rock with him. Love you, Nick. Thank you, Melanated Slade, for the donation. I'm over here pulling up all of these browsers, and I didn't even see that donation come in. Thank you. So Melanated Slade and sent in money. I appreciate it. Says that she's from Texas. I want to know where all of you guys are from. Where are the rest of the night owls from that are on my page? Like,
a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so Black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a, come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? No, real talk. And so all this twerking, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, our restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you. I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so Black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a, come on, stop the music, please. Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? No, real talk. And so all this twerking, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, our restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
So as you can see, that is the restaurant owner basically checking the members of his restaurant and telling them, like, listen, y'all could take that mess somewhere else, but don't do that up over here. And that video went viral. So once that video went viral, he had to pretty much explain himself as to why he felt the need to address them in such a manner. He took to his social media and showed surveillance videos where on the surveillance videos, he went up to them politely a few times to try to ask them to stop doing all of that in his establishment, to where they ignored him and they continued to twerk and they continued to pretty much do what they wanted to do in his establishment. So let me go to his Facebook page and let you guys know what he had to say in response to this situation. Somebody said at the end of the day, the customer is always right. I don't agree with the whole the customer is always right thing. Like, no, sometimes the customer is actually wrong. Jasmine and the family says, I see nothing wrong. And then Melanated Slay says, I feel like the music is okay. Nobody wants to listen to elevator music all day. It's a Black establishment, and from what I've heard, it wasn't only ratchet music the DJ was playing. To me, that's like saying that it's okay for people to just jump on your tables, jump on your furniture just because you play ratchet music. Now, that aspect of it, I don't agree with. Like, I just had people and family over my house this Friday that just passed. And we play music and stuff like that. But just because I'm playing ratchet music, does that give one of my family members the right to stand up on my couch and my table and stand up and put their shoes and feet on my furniture and start twerking because it's ratchet music? I don't know that I agree with that. Just because you playing ratchet music, because you playing that. Like, no, if one of your family members came into your house with your furniture and they stood up with their shoes on top of your table, you would not be like, oh, well, I play ratchet music. So, like, no, you would not be thinking like that at all. Okay, so here is what he had to say in response to the situation. And he also shared several videos where he showed the girl dancing up top, twerking on the glass. He showed where he went up to them politely to try to tell them to not twerk. And then he showed other videos where there was other tables where they were, getting up, turning up, twerking and everything like that. And he was basically trying to, get everybody to chill out. So let's read through what he had to say. In response to the numerous comments and postings on social media, I will share a bit of detail associated with our guest twerking, being asked to stop, being addressed, and asked to leave True Kitchen plus cocktails. While I would like to apologize to the patrons who I offended by my poor choice of wording, I think this full story and a bit of video may help your understanding of the final straw with guests addressed and asked to leave. When the first incident occurred, the guests were politely asked to stop and have respect for themselves and other customers. The guests at issue were at 3 tables. As the video shows, you will see guests spoken to politely and literally begged to stop standing on our furniture and twerking. There are other videos that show much more of the behavior and the following videos, but we do not want to embarrass the guests sitting at those tables. Later, as another video shows, a customer stood on her seat, placed her hand against the glass windows, and began to twerk. My immediate reaction was, this woman could fall through this window and we could be a target of a lawsuit if she is injured. My second reaction was, enough is enough. After already addressing this behavior twice, these customers no longer deserve the courtesy of kindness I expressed in the earlier encounters, as it was met with disrespect and intentionally ignored. This is why they were told to leave. So this is what he's saying. I'm just making sure y'all can see what I see. Okay. He says, we hope these additional videos will give you a bit more insight into what led to the guests being admonished, but we understand we cannot please everyone. As usual, 97% of our guests yesterday were fantastic. This is an indictment on the very few who don't respect our restaurant. However, we reserve the right to address guests who we believe fall below the standards of the concept created. True Kitchen and Cocktails is a concept created with many months of planning and much more to ensure it is a concept Dallas will love. To date, our plan has worked well, and we are thankful for our guests. As for the music played, moving forward, we will adjust our playlist and DJ selections. However, regardless of what has or will be played, no guest has the right to come into our business home and stand on our furniture because of any song played. As for twerking being a part of our culture, we do not welcome the part of the culture that will come into a restaurant, stand on furniture, and twerk while using culture as an excuse. would you accept this for your home? I didn't even read that. He said that, would you accept this for your home? Because that was my first thought, was like people saying certain stuff, but like if it was their home, what would they do? I didn't even read through this whole thing till now. But anyways, it says, as yourself, if you would do this at any other restaurant you frequent. From the outset, we knew True Kitchen and Cocktails would not be for everyone, but we hope everyone would understand we are moving with a cause to give a diverse group of customers comfort food in a way never presented in Dallas. We are moving with a cause to show the other minority entrepreneurs that they can own their own building, own restaurant, and they can be successful growing their own brand. It says, we want the full support of the community who understands our cause because we value you and we will be here ready, willing, and able to serve you with respect. And then these are the videos that he showed. He showed the woman that was on the glass leaning and she was dancing to Throw That in a Circle. Okay, so that's that video. And then these are the videos where you see him walking up to the guests, trying to, put his hand together, like, please, respect yourself. Like, please don't come in here doing all of that. And then you see him walk away and they're still turning up, not respecting his words. So this is the first video where he's pleading with them. Then in this video, you see these girls over here, they continue to get up and twerk and, turn up. And, over here, you see them parading and everybody standing up like they at the club and, just turning up. And he's trying to tell them like, yo, like, don't be doing all that in here. So I want to know what you guys think. Kev on stage.
There's a lot of money in the first.
Kev on stage even did a meme joking about it. And I want to know what you guys think.
I'm wearing a short sleeve turtleneck. So if you think I'm here for fun and games and twerking, you are sadly mistaken. Second of all, this is a restaurant. Get off my tables twerking. This is not an episode of P-Valley, and you're not going to be getting naked and ratchet in my establishment. This is a classy restaurant. We serve Hennessy slushies, okay? And you will respect yourself. Daquan, turn that twerking music up. Okay? They're going to get smooth jazz if they don't know how to stop and sit down. You'll be listening to the Take 5 and Kenny G for the rest of the afternoon if you can't get off my table and stop twerking. Because this is a ladies' restaurant. I got 70% of the customers are ladies, and men are only going to respect you if you're not twerking. They're not going to respect you just because you're women and you man respect. They're only going to respect you if you are respectable ladies. All right? Now, if you want to twerk, go down to your local Sizzler. Not my place. This is professional. Turtleneck out. This is the first.
So that is Kev on stage making a mockery of the situation and laughing at the restaurant owner. But I'm with a lot of the other people. Like, if you go to certain restaurants and they're playing, hip hop music, are you going to do the same thing in those establishments? 9 times out of 10, the people will not. They just have a certain level of respect for other people's, establishments. And I mean, I don't know. I want to open up the lines or the StreamYard link, and you guys let me know what you think about it. To join the conversation, you don't have to show your face. Just click the link and tell me what you think. Do you think that the restaurant owner was wrong for approaching the situation in that manner? Or do you think that he had every right to address his patrons in that manner? In the meantime, while I'm waiting for you guys to click on to the StreamYard link, I'm going to read some of the comments. Somebody said, is this recent? Yes, this is recent. This happened just recently, yeah. I know masks aren't required when eating, but those customers are awfully close together. Yeah, they don't have a space in between the tables. They were definitely packed out. let's see. I understand don't dance on the furniture, but I don't understand how he thinks his place is classy, but playing ratchet music. Okay. How is it fine dining if you're telling people to throw that A in a circle? Dom K says, I gotta respect it. And then Sriracha says, I think it was loud as F in that restaurant. I think it's inappropriate to play those songs if he has a certain standard he goes by that. Wait, that also doesn't excuse their behavior. And GC says, his restaurant, his rules. Real Entertainment News. Hello? Hello? All right, he ain't ready. Let's see. How you know if they were what? The restaurant was overcrowded. Somebody said I can't be mad at his rules. Sit y'all stanky butts down. And then Tyra says we need to learn some class. Georgie Porgy.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. It's choppy a little bit, but I just want to say this real quick. I'm from Houston. I called you the last time on your other live, and the owner of this Dallas restaurant, he owns Taste Bar in Houston, and I will give him benefit of the doubt. Like, the reason that type of music was played, first off, it was B King, and then other stuff like that. We're in Texas, they play stuff like that, not to get nobody out their seat and make them dance, but they just want to play what you comfortable with,
Mm-hmm.
And I think he could have went about saying it the wrong way, but I mean, what do y'all really expect him? How y'all expect him to come off if this was more than one time asking them? So I understand where he was coming from, and I think it's wrong that they trying to condemn that man when he just want a business for family and children,
Yeah.
But I respect what other people got to say. Like, it is a way to say everything, but I mean, what y'all expect, y'all? Y'all think that man gonna keep asking y'all nicely?
All right. Thank you, Georgie Porgy.
Thank you, Nikki. You have a great night.
All right, you too. Smart Cookie. Hey.
Hello. This is my first time ever being on. I love your show. But I'm here in Dallas. I'm actually here in Dallas. And you don't go to no restaurant to be in there shaking your. No, that's not what it's for. Whether they were playing that type of music or not, that's not what you're at the restaurant for. You're there to enjoy the food. I have no problem with him cursing at them. I feel like you have to speak to ratchet people in their language, and you see it got quiet once he said that. So I have no problem with him addressing it. Our people need to be held accountable, and not only our people, but anybody that's ratchet. We need to hold them accountable, tell them when they're wrong, and stop allowing all this craziness to go on. That's why people don't know how to act, because no one's telling them the truth.
All right. Well, thank you for chiming in, Smart Cookie.
Right. Thanks for having me.
Being that you're out there.
Yeah, I live here in Dallas.
You frequent that restaurant before?
Actually, that restaurant is really hard to get into. So it's like on a 2-month wait, because it's like really live right now. Everybody wants to get in, so it's hard to get into that restaurant. Like, I don't think they have any openings now until like January. You can't just go.
Oh, okay. You got to be booked ahead. So he like, listen, I got a waiting list a mile long. So y'all gonna act right when y'all get up in here.
And not only that, but the guy that owns the restaurant, he's an attorney, and he's well respected here in Dallas. So he got a lot of funding and a lot of support from the city to actually open that restaurant.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Smart Cookie.
Bye.
Peace out. All right. Amy.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh my God, this is my first time doing this. Okay, I'm kind of nervous. Hi, Nick, how are you?
I'm doing well. Don't be nervous, girl. It's just like you talking on the phone. What's your owner?
I agree with what the previous commentators were saying. Like, I feel like, yeah, we all can have fun, get lit, turn up or whatever, but there's always like a time and place for everything. And like when I first heard the story, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of like, damn, like he had to go at them like that. But when you broke it down and talked about how he already went to them, and there's videos footage of him actually like approaching them and asking them nicely, then like I was like, okay, like I totally understand. Because it's like what other people were saying, you could only tell somebody like to stop until you actually have to like come at them, be like, yo, like chill out. And I've been to restaurants where they've played similar music like that. I'm from New York City, so like there's a bunch of restaurants like similar to that where they've played like secular music, like different types of music, and like people like get lit and turn up, but they wouldn't be standing on furniture and going crazy like that. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Amy.
No problem. Have a good night, Neek.
All right, you too. Nikki J.
Hi, Neek. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, love your show. I live here in Dallas as well. I've been to the restaurant before, and I'm really glad I caught your show because I've seen other people doing videos and no one hit it from the angle that you did, right? Which is where you showed him asking them to stop twerking, because I hadn't seen that. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going there no more, because I feel like he was only saying, we don't need your money and get the F out, because the restaurant has been popping since it opened. And who keeping it popping? Black people. White people not packing out that restaurant. Like, we're your main supporters. I went there, I spent $100 by myself. I mean, that might not be a lot of money to some people, but I feel like my money counts. But if he asked them nicely to stop, several times or even one time, then I'm with him when he asked them to leave, or say, if you're going to keep doing it, then get out. But I didn't know at first that he had asked them. So I was like, I'm not going there no more. But now I'll probably go back.
You said now I'll go back. Now I'll make another reservation. But I feel like
maybe, but you have to make a reservation 2 months in advance.
If you invited guests to your home and you playing that type of music, does that give them a pass? Because I mean, in essence, that's his business, that's his baby. So it's like, does that give people, like, if you invite guests over, does that give them a right to stand on your couch and stand on your furniture because you playing certain type of music?
Okay, so what I would say about that is, in my personal home, I mean, I got white furniture. No, it does not. But now we live in Dallas, right? Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, DC, places like that. You do have a lot of restaurants that have these day parties, and literally, like in Dallas, girl, it be turned up like a night party in the day. It be so lit. So I do think that if you're not going to have that type of restaurant, then you definitely need to set the tone, because when you're serving drinks and you're playing ratchet music, you're giving a bar and bistro vibe. And if that's not the vibe that you want, then I definitely do think you should set that tone. But he did apologize for what he said, and he said he's gonna, make a different choice in music. Like, the DJ is on crowd control. Everybody knows that. So like, he could have stopped them girls from twerking if he would have just stopped playing twerking music.
Yeah, but then that would have dampened the mood for everybody else who was enjoying that music as well. Like, taking off that music is like also punishing people who were enjoying it as well. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, when I went for lunchtime, and they was playing hip hop music, but it was like soft hip hop. It was like some Erykah Badu. It was like some Tupac. It wasn't no throw that A in the circle. They weren't playing it. So, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I mean, now he said it, right? And at the end of the day, if he asked them before nicely and they still did it anyway, I do think that was poor taste for the patrons to just, do it anyway, because the customer is not always right.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. When people say the customer is always right.
No, especially Black people when it comes to restaurants. I'm just going to be honest, because I've been working in the restaurant industry for a very long time, and I know Black people can be the hardest people to serve. They just can. Like, they'll send 5 entrees back, because they know they ain't got to pay for it if they say they don't like it. So.
All righty. Well, thank you, Nikki J. I don't know what happened. You went silent. Okay. Joan, Olga? Joanne?
Yeah, hi.
Hey, what's your thought?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
I'm pretty well, and yourself?
Actually, I'm not American. I'm Ugandan, but yeah, I'm not American. I'm Ugandan. So I just wanted to talk about because this is about like my people. So I just wanted to speak out something.
Go ahead.
So what I wanted to say is like the guy, the owner of the restaurant was right and wrong at the same time. Because if you are, he claimed that, oh, I did this establishment for classy people to come and sit and enjoy themselves as a restaurant. I don't think he's supposed to play hip hop music during. If he wants it classy, he's supposed to play like this classy jazzy music, not hip hop as well. Because he's some people are just having fun as well, and that some people react to music in a different way. But again, I blame the customers too as well, because you he warned them beforehand. He was like, "Yo, just stop, don't do it," and then they proceeded to do the same thing. But again, if he wants his place to be classy, he has to. He's not supposed to play a certain genre of music. If he wants it to stay classy, classy places always play jazzy music, live band music. They don't really play hip hop unless maybe it's a restaurant and a bar in the evening. But then if it's just a restaurant and he wants to set the rules, he has to set certain things in a different type of a way. I don't know if you understand my point, but that's what I wanted to say. Because if he's playing hip hop, then some people will react in a different way. They'll just dance and
So what you're saying, basically, if you playing hip hop, then you gotta expect people to stand on your furniture and stand.
Nope. No, you shouldn't.
What it sounds like.
No. What I'm trying to say. No, what I'm trying to say is like even the like playing the hip hop.
Expect for people to stand on your furniture and stand.
No. That again, I wanted to talk about my race. Black people, we don't know how to behave, and we like playing victim all the time. Like it's like, oh yeah, because I'm black. Oh yeah, because of this, because of that. But then at the end of the day, we have to behave ourselves and act the way we want people to respect us. If you don't respect yourself, if you act like you're an asshole, you're disrespectful, and the people too will disrespect you as well. But then and again, we have to respect other people's rules and regulations. If we say don't dance, don't jump on my furniture, and you proceed, you make a worst picture for the kids and the people that are watching you out there, and then they will think that, oh yeah, that's how we're supposed to behave. If we go to a restaurant as a kid, I have to dance because I saw my mom dance as well in a restaurant, a place where people are supposed to sit and just eat in a very respectful way. That's not good education for the kids as well. That's all I gotta say. I don't want to spoil my point. But anyway.
All right, thank you.
All right, sure.
All right. Nikki G called back in. Did you have something else you wanted to say, Nikki?
Oh yeah, I just had muted my mic when you had brought somebody on. That's why you couldn't hear me no more.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it just had went out. I was like, wait, what happened?
No, girl, that was it.
Oh, okay. All righty. So is there anybody else who wanted to chime in on this situation? Olivia says, just because he's playing music we can enjoy doesn't mean you act out of character at a restaurant. A time and a place for everything. And then oh, she talking like Wendy in Real Housewives of, what is that, Potomac? But why are they on the furniture? Man, if he don't put a damn sign and move on. And then GC says, cuz it's his restaurant. He can play what he wants. He can play back that 8 up and require people not leaning in his glass on his furniture. Exactly. He can play whatever he wants. That doesn't mean twerk on his furniture. And Angel says he could have escorted them out directly and the other ratchets would have saw it and kept it cool. Velma's Glasses says, I'm willing to agree to disagree, but for the people that think that his response was rude, tell me what you think he should have done. Binya?
Hey, Nick.
Hey.
So real quick, I'm just going to say this because I heard the young lady say like, well, he shouldn't be playing this or whatever. But at the end of the day, everywhere you go, there's protocol. So if you go to work, there's a way to behave at work. If you go to church, there's a way to behave there too. It's important when you're in an establishment, one, it doesn't belong to you. Two, I think these people came it's not like, they were acting a certain way. They were being themselves. You get what I'm saying? Like, these people, if you're ratchet, you're just going to be ratchet wherever you go. You won't know how to behave in certain places. And I think it's just unfortunate that, this came out, but it's important for people to see, like, look, you can't act any old way when you roll up somewhere.
Yeah.
That's all.
All right. Thank you, Binya.
No problem. Yeah, Binya.
All right. Ty from Texas.
Hi, Neat.
Hey.
So I think because it's a whole bunch of restaurants out here in Houston, like the Queen Crab, Prospect Park, and they play that type of music. A lot of restaurants in Houston play that type of music. They allow their customers to dance. But when it comes to the Breakfast Club restaurant or whatever, they play jazz music or whatever, and slow old songs or whatever. So he have to set the tone in his own restaurant or whatever. I understand on the chairs, but playing that type of music, you selling drinks, what do he expect?
Okay.
He was wrong. That was rude of him to even talk to his customers like that. I wouldn't even go to his shit anymore.
No cursing. No cursing.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't even go there anymore or whatever. You have to set the tone for your restaurant. You playing that type of music. Come on, you selling drinks.
What about him addressing them politely and them disregarding him approaching them? How should he then address them?
I think he was addressing the lady who was on his chairs or whatever, but he should have changed the music. If you want to be an upscale restaurant, then you shouldn't play that type of music in your restaurant. When you go to the Cheesecake Factory, they're not playing nothing like that.
Okay.
That's all I had to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ty from Texas. She let me let you know where I'm calling from, okay? All right.
Houston, baby. Bye.
All right. Sonia.
Hey, Nick, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I am from Dallas, Texas, where the restaurant is. And there is another video that I don't think you've seen where he approaches the lady and he asks the lady politely.
Oh, I showed that video already. You must have came in.
Okay. I probably did. And my thing about it is we as Black people, we need to understand there's a time and a place for everything. And I agree with everyone else. Play something else, some other kind of music. But just because he was playing Throw That Ass in a Circle does not mean that you got to get up and throw your butt in a circle. And before you enter his restaurant, there is a sign that states what you can and cannot wear in his establishment. The establishment is real nice. And like I said, I do agree with, some of the callers as far as the music, but just because they play the music doesn't mean that you have to get up and dance like you at a club. See the video that you have up there right there? He went over, see, there must be a video. I don't know. The video, you have two videos up where the young lady is dancing. Then you have a video up where he's talking to everyone. There's another video before he's talking to anyone where he goes over to the table politely.
This is the video where he went up to them politely. This video right here. And then these two videos right here. That is the video.
Okay.
Yeah. These are the videos. These are the ones that he shared of his surveillance where he went up to them, politely and after they were twerking and everything like that. This is the video.
But the thing about that is, okay, twerking, it's fine. I'm over 50. I still twerk. Thank God I can still twerk. But putting your feet on his furniture, that's a no-no. She could have twerked on the floor. I don't think he would have had a problem with her dancing on the floor, but I think he mainly had a problem with her dancing on the furniture.
All righty. Well, thank you, Sonia.
All right. And I love your show. Keep up the good work.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, June.
Yes. My name is June. I also live in Dallas, and I kind of agree with what everybody else is saying. It's a time and a place for everything. But I guess from a business perspective, you have to think about his mindset at that point. You got somebody in your storefront window of your restaurant twerking on your furniture. If I'm walking past that restaurant, I'm like, I don't know if I would want to go there if that's not the vibe I'm trying to catch. And just because he playing twerking music don't mean that people just got to stand on furniture and twerk. It's not the club. I go to Pluckers, I go to other places that's more laid back than that, and I don't see people twerking and doing all this stuff. So I think he was right for what he did.
All right. Well, thank you, June.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kenya, you gotta unmute your mic.
Oh yes, hey. So yeah. So I'm not from the Dallas area, but I've seen the video and I kind of agree that I feel like he was right for what he did. I don't want to like necessarily blame everything on like IG and music videos, but I definitely think it's become a culture where like, you know, as soon as anything happened, everybody's just up willing to twerk. So and the fact that he had already asked them nicely already, and I just feel like he was right for what he did.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you, Kenya.
Thank you.
All right. So that is pretty much that on this video. I will do separate uploads, but in the meantime, I want you guys to know that I am still running a sale on my website for Black Friday, and now it's Cyber Monday. You could get 30% off of my website, and you can save big by shopping at neekatnight.com. I'm gonna pull up my video. Then I'll let Loyal. You just
First
called
of all,
in.
I'm wearing a short.
I'll let you speak on the matter, but I just want to share with you guys my promotion that I have going on my website. And I appreciate all of you guys who have shopped with me this weekend. I got a bunch of orders out already. And I have more orders to go out as well. But let me show you guys my promo code and everything like that so that you guys can shop and save 35% off. And then I'll bring Loyal on and then we'll wrap the video. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek of Neek at Night. And right now I am running a special for Black Friday on my website, neekatnight.com. You can get 35% off of your total purchase. And you can get pajamas like this from my Neek at Night merchandise. And it comes with a cute little sexy little butt flap, you know what I'm saying? If you might want to have a little special action with your little boo or whatever, tell him about my website. If you want him to surprise you with something, or tell yourself about my website. But go and you can get 35% off with the coupon code BLACK. Save 35% off with the coupon BLACK for Black Friday. All right, see you there. That's how you got to get stuff done. All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that I do have a sale going on my website. Loyal?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Neek, big fan of the show. I agree with, well, I see both sides, but I would just say for the owner, he needs to basically set the bar. If he wants it to be upper echelon, I see he already got reservations and everything. So I feel like if you made it in there, you should know to have some type of coupe.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't just say class, just coupe. I mean, you had to get reservations on 2 months to get in there, you know. And like you said, liabilities falling through the glass. But that's pretty much what I was saying. If people don't know, don't come in there twerking. They know now. They're not coming to the establishment doing that. And that's all I had to say. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Loyal. Queen Tazia?
Tazea.
Yeah.
What's
up, y'all? So I just caught your live right in time, honey. I seen
right when I was gonna
just
get
a while
on.
ago. You know, I had to get on real quick because I'm literally working on a book right now, so I've been pretty much busy. And I popped on my Instagram and I'm literally just seeing the post, and I seen you on live talking about it, and I'm like, okay. I see a lot of people having problems. So, okay, as a business aspect,
Yeah, he has a sense of coming to them comfortably saying that, listen, this is not an establishment. Although he shouldn't have to explain to grown women when and where to do anything. For example, like they're saying, I understand some of the callers are saying that it's the type of music that they're playing, but hear me out. Did y'all know that surgeons listen to music when they're doing long surgery? And this is only to keep them from being unnervous. So if you imagine your surgeon, his favorite music could be Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. You know what I'm saying? Not to be cursing. It could be that by Juvenile. And he's working on your heart. That's keeping him calm. Are you rather him twerking or backing his butt up while working on your heart? No. But the fact is, you know what I mean, music is music, no matter where it's played. Or if you in a bodega and stuff like that, or if you in some type of congregation, are you really doing certain stuff? Like you hear music. That doesn't mean anything. It's a time and place for everything. If you're gonna go party, go play and twerk, that's a club for that. There's your house for that. There's different parties for that. You're at a diner. You're eating at a restaurant, an establishment that's not like a Waffle House. It's not like a Arby's. It's not like a Fridays. It's not a Denny's. It's a well-known establishment where you have to make obviously reservations. Now, put it in terms. If this wasn't a black established restaurant, this was a white established restaurant, and they was playing the same exact music, would the outcome be the same? No, they would have basically got told to get up out there or embarrassed or whatever the case may be. You feel what I'm saying? It's a time and place for everything. Us as black people, we entertain, we have fun, we enjoy everything. Especially we celebrate anybody that is doing black business, anybody that's doing black anything that's doing better than what we've been doing like way back. You feel what I'm saying? We're doing big things, especially black women. We're doing big things. You feel what I'm saying? We're owning stuff. We're not, renting. We're not asking nobody for a seat at the table. We're making our own tables and preparing it for the next. That's what we're doing now. So it comes to part where we have to have class in certain places too, because it does come a part where you ever been at a party and you trying to be at your, at a party with your girls and we all having, a class moment, and there's one chick out of the whole entire club that you with that's acting a bare fool, and you and your friends is like, well, what's with her? We acting like we got class, but this one over here don't act like she ain't got no sense. But that one seemed to make everybody in that room, especially your homegirls, look extra bad. That's the same situation. There's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. That's all I want to say, boo. But by the way, you always looking good, and I always catch your lives and stuff. Sometimes I have to catch you late because I'll be busy like a mom. Moms is always busy. Single mama 5, always busy and doing shit.
You know how I go. Thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it.
You already know, girl. I'll be on your channel. It's like my 3rd channel on time being on your channel.
And get that.
But you have a nice one.
All right, you too. All right. Jay Haynes.
Oh shit. Yo, what's good?
No cursing, okay?
Oh, my bad. How you doing?
I'm doing well. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on that whole restaurant thing. I mean, I think it's funny for people to like make it about the music. Obviously, we want to hear black music at a black establishment. People shouldn't just twerk because of that. Like that's not the move at a restaurant. Like people eating and families. I don't know what the situation is, but yeah, I think they were wrong. I think that he could have came at them a little bit more polite. I guess he did, but it is what it is. It's his restaurant. He can run it how he wants to. I think they got to accept that.
Okay, somebody said, I disagree. If a white establishment played ratchet music, there would still be twerking, but the outcome would have been different.
I don't think they would have been twerking. Nah. I don't think they would have felt comfortable to do it. You're at Cheesecake Factory, like somebody said, you're not going to hop up on the table and start dancing like that. I think it's the same thing with like that Lizzo at the Lakers game thing. Like it's a time and a place, like people said. And I think that, you could want it to be a certain way. You might be turned up, but once he comes to you, he says, sit down, or, can you please not do that? For you to keep doing that, it is what it is. And, that's the type of thing we shouldn't, like, as black people make excuses for. We look bad like that,
Mm-hmm. All righty. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you for having me on.
All right. All right, y'all. So that concludes this video. Again, I want to let you guys know that I do have a sale going on my website where Raya would, why y'all, right when I'm going out, y'all clicking on. What's up, Raya? What's up? What's up? What's up? You there? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. There's a sale on my website. Definitely go visit my website, neekatnight.com, and support your girl. I'm gonna play my little me trying to make my little commercial one more time. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek of Neek at Night, and right now I am running a special for Black Friday on my website, neekatnight.com. You can get 35% off of your total purchase. And you can get pajamas like this from my Neek at Night merchandise. And it comes with a cute little sexy little butt flap, you know what I'm saying? If you might want to have a little special action with your little boo or whatever, tell him about my website. If you want him to surprise you with something, or tell yourself about my website, but go and you can get 35% off with the coupon code BLACK. Save 35% off with the coupon BLACK for Black Friday. All right, see you there. That's how you got to get stuff done when you. All right, and so I showed my baby after that. If you guys are not subscribe or following me on Instagram, definitely go to neekatnight_ as well. And on top of that, go to my website like Sugar Hill has posted, www.neekatnight.com/shop. I appreciate all of the support on my channel. And if you guys did not make this video while it was live, let me know what you think about the restaurant owner and how he handled the situation. Do you think that he was wrong for, you know, checking his patrons in that way? Or do you think that he had the right to address the situation in the manner that he did? Now, leave your comments down below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button right now. Also, share the videos. That helps me out a lot. And visit my website, neekatnight.com, to support your girl. And get your 35% off while you can in your Neek at Night merchandise. You know what I'm saying? It's cuffing season, okay? So you might want to have a cute little pajama for your boo during cuffing season, okay? You might want to get that going during cuffing season. So definitely check out my website, and I appreciate all of you guys.